afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, August 22nd, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. Always remember, deep in your heart, that all is well and everything is unfolding as it should. There are no mistakes anywhere at any time. What appears to be wrong is simply our own false imagination. That's all. But we live in a universe of Brahman, of absolute reality, self-contained consciousness, where there's perfection, perfect life, perfect bliss, perfect being. That perfection knows nothing about wrong and right, good and bad, happy and sad. It knows only itself as perfection. And we are that, Robert Adams. A miraculous transformation occurs when we realize that every experience is a doorway to the divine. When we truly accept that all the traumas and dramas in our past are all opportunities to experience higher levels of compassion, we move light years ahead in consciousness. Our souls are committed to evolving into a higher state of consciousness and one day springboard us into full enlightenment. With every traumatic experience we've had in our lives, our souls have purposely placed it there to open our hearts and broaden our awareness. This is a super intelligent divine multiverse that we are all living in. Have you noticed? There simply is no such thing as a wrong experience. Whatsoever challenge we may encounter in this life always contains a deep eternal love on some level. Every experience is the right experience, even those painful experiences we've had in our past show up as memories for only one purpose: to initiate another step towards a higher level of forgiveness, freedom, and love. Every harsh, pain-filled experience in this life contains a potentially enlightening epiphany within it. I think that that's why they say that a broken heart is an open heart. Nothing matters so much that we should throw ourselves into a state of panic about it. No happening is so important that we should let ourselves be exiled from our inner peace and mental calm for its sake. Paul Bunyan. This universe will do whatever it takes to open us up so that we transform wherever we are limited, so that we grow and spiritually awaken in some way. Everyone is given the exact experience their soul needs to awaken from this Maya, which is dream world, and be completely liberated from the karmic baggage they've been dragging around for lifetimes. It is all perfect just the way it is. It is good to remember that whenever we repeatedly act out of fear, our reactive, defensive, judgmental, or our resistant to love, we are missing the point of life's lesson. Each experience in this life is an opportunity to let in love and receive the healing we need. Whatever triggers us is always a good pointer where we still enslaved in an old fear-based pattern. The very moment we notice a contracted feeling arising inside, choose to accept it and embrace it. Play the role of allowing and accepting what is. You'll become freer faster than you imagined was possible. It's much better than getting ensnared and playing another angry victim game. We are here to learn how fun and easy it is to love, heal ourselves, and truly be empowered in this life. We have to remember that freedom is the highest value. And if love is not giving us freedom, then it is not love. Okay. If love is not giving us freedom, then it is not love. Emotional suffering is always self-inflicted. When we take a long, deep look at the roots of its manifestation, all we can do is take full responsibility when we realize we are 100% responsible for all the painful, limiting feelings that we have about the world, ourselves, and everyone in it. We are empowering ourselves with the ability to change. This total responsibility is what initiates the deepest compassion to be born inside us. When we start being fully 100% responsible for everything we experience, we really start spiritually growing. So I'll explain. If you are stuck in blaming another person for making you feel upset, you first need to realize that nobody can make you feel anything you don't want to feel. You will always have a choice in how you wish to respond. It's always up to you how you choose to feel. Perhaps you welcome the feeling and then ignore that sensation and focus elsewhere instead. You can always choose to respond from the higher place of compassion and love, always. Only when you can understand yourself as all-pervading consciousness can you possibly understand that all the universe is an emanation of your mind. Everything that you see comes out of you from atoms. It's good to be aware that every negative reaction you have is like an SOS message. Every negative reaction any of us have is like an SOS message the ego sends out into the universe. This usually comes from a desperate attempt from our inner child to find love, empowerment, or connection. Look inside and notice right now if you're carrying an emotional burden about something from the past. It may feel like a heavy weight or an annoyance on your chest, a bit of a fear, worry, or anxiety. And it has a physical contraction when you think about it. Just feel it. Breathe into it and let it go. Holding on to any sort of baggage can be hard to see. That is why we have 8 billion other mirrors all around the planet. When that certain someone comes around, like mom, dad, or a sibling, who can instantly push some hidden emotional tension button with one little comment, the buried pain rises to the surface to be fully revealed and seen. These beings are the ones who will help you transform from being a victim of your life to the compassionate master you truly are. The secret is having enough awareness to know how to relax into all the contracted feelings that you're still holding on to, that is simply lacking your love. When you become emotionally responsible for your every experience in this life, then you cannot become a victim of anybody's negativity again. Whenever someone upsets you, tell yourself that you are allowing this to occur momentarily. Allow it to happen, yet be conscious of your allowing. Love is our true essence. Love has no limitations of caste, religion, or race, or nationality. We are all beads strung together on the same thread of love. To awaken this unity and to spread to others the love that is our inherent nature is the true goal of human life. How much? That means that we are willing to allow our egos to bow down and let this person be our teacher at this moment. So do whatsoever you can to allow the ego to let go of its position and surrender. This will always empower you later, and you will spiritually grow beyond your apparent limitations. Real love in this life is always beyond our wildest imagination. Every moment is another opportunity to transform pain into pleasure. We hold the driver's wheel and can shift gears at any time. We have the option to expand or contract in each situation. We can take on more heaviness or let in more love and let it all go. When we can practice being aware that we are the one and the only one who is choosing to let things go or take them on, we are taking our destiny back. When we can let people's defeating words glide off our chests like warm butter, it becomes the first step to mastering your ego and transcending its relentless mind chatter and finding true inner peace within. Negativity is a very gripping, powerful creation by the ego mind. And you can choose to rest and breathe deeply into your core being until you discover that space where you are safe from all negativity. And that space is your God that you are. Relax totally until you find that place where nothing of this world can touch you. Nothing. Fall in love with this place. Open up to the deep peace, compassion, and freedom inside you. Here you can liberate your life from all suffering. This is an amazing habit to create, and it can stop the mind and its addiction to drama and its karmic impulses. You'll be able to peer through the illusion of separateness and realize we are all one. This is where the inner battle ends and loving divine awareness begins. We then take center stage in our lives and are liberated from playing that suffering game ever again. Choose your thoughts wisely, for they are the energy that create your life. Review how your year is going so far. Or are you manifesting everything you wanted along the way? What have been your big wins and successes through the year? And in what way did you feel that you are falling short or failed? Take some time this week to deeply reflect on the last year of your life. Notice in what ways have you changed and haven't changed at all inside you and all around you. Reflecting upon your life and who you are is not about judging yourself or labeling yourself in any way. It's more about taking a massive inventory on what makes you happy and what doesn't satisfy you any longer. Inner reflection and deep spiritual consideration helps you to realize more clearly that it is that you want. What is it that you want and don't want to manifest and attract into your life? It helps you to know yourself better, respect yourself more, which makes your path easier to walk upon each day. Finding a crystal clear distinction between what you do want and don't want is vital for your heart's contentment and ability to relax fully into your body so that you can deeply enjoy this amazing human ride. As you're reflecting on your life and what you've done so far this year, remember one thing, that what you did, every action you took, has everything and nothing to do with who you are. On one hand, the attitude you had each day towards yourself in life greatly affected every single moment and intention that you acted upon every day. Everything you did and manifested in this world came from the state of mind you were currently abiding in. On the other level, a deeper level, the pure spiritual essence, who you truly are, is unfazed and untainted by anything you did last year or could ever do in this material world. Your soul is always innocent, bright, beautiful, perfect at the very core. Nothing you could ever do or was done to you ever changes that fact that you are a spiritual being intimately connected to God for eternity. This is the deepest spiritual truth of your being and should always be respected when exploring any deep consideration about who and what you are. He who thinks he is the doer is also the sufferer. Moderation. There are 3 simple suggestions for you to help you jump on your life and manifest everything your heart desires. Make an extensive list of all your dark parts and all your light parts. See, this is all about you. It isn't about anybody around you or anything around you. It's about you. Get to know yourself in the deepest and most intimate ways. Find out everything you're still running from, avoiding, and afraid of, and everything that you love, treasure, and adore. Know that the darkest and lightest aspects of yourself are both needed so that you can make actual decisions in this life, have discernment, create direction, and step up on stage to play out the most amazingly meaningful role in this life that you can imagine. Get in touch with your power of intention. After you have a clearer understanding of all your darkness and lightness, you'll have a better understanding of what your heart truly desires to manifest. From here, you can create intentions for the year that are solid, reliable, and that you can relax into. Remember, vague intentions always manifest into vague results. So be super specific exactly what you want to create. Super specific on exactly what you want to create, experience, manifest, and reveal in your life yet this year. A life without an intention is like a boat without a steering wheel or rudder. We can feel trapped, lost, and powerless as we are constantly being blown across the seas of life wherever the wind decides to blow. Living a life with authentic intention is by far the most empowering way to live. We are manifesting machines anyway. All of us are. Who are always creating something in our lives. We are attracting either what we want or don't want, all the time. We can never ever turn off the manifesting flow as long as we are living inside this human body. So we might as well get clear about what we want and intend to manifest in our lives, in our future. Because it is 100% certain that something is going to happen next year. When you create crystal clear intentions about what you want, this universe has a much better chance at delivering the goodies to you, knowing exactly in which direction your rudder is pointing. Above all, be gentle with yourself, no matter what happens. Life is going to throw you a few curveballs that you're not going to see coming. You may feel completely unprepared and unable to deal with them, and might even come down hard on yourself for not handling the situation in the most sweet, loving, or conscious way. It's good to know that we cannot always be successful all the time in this life. Otherwise, we would never learn anything. It's our values and shortcomings that give us roots that truly make us grow and evolve. This is why it's absolutely vital that you make the deep commitment to yourself to be gentle, kind, soft, and easy on yourself, no matter what life throws at you. We can only do our best in this life given the resources that we were given. So anchor in the habit to be kinder to yourself. Forgive others and yourself quicker. And let go of the things that throw you emotionally off balance a little faster. The mind will always be there, discerning what's good and bad, so you don't have to identify with any judgment or criticism personally. You can sit back, be the observer on the sidelines. Just watch this amazing dark and light magical play of life unfold and act itself out on stage. So a special gift that I'll give you today is a powerful affirmation prayer. You read it every morning before you get out of bed. You can just lay there. You know, we all lay there for a brief moment, right? Some of us lay there longer. So you put your name in here and you say, Dear John Benson, Dear Sam, this year is going to be the best year of my entire life. I'm going to take care of my body, mind, and soul with more love, care, and consciousness, consideration than I ever have. I am going to eat only those foods that bring my body into the highest vibration and consciousness possible. I am going to exercise daily, build up even more energy, health, and vitality every day. I am going to open my heart with everyone, becoming more honest, vulnerable, and loving each new day. I am going to let go of every bad habit that doesn't support me in creating my highest health and consciousness replacing it with a new habit that makes me feel more grounded, real, dependable, open, and available to love. I am 100% committed to myself, enjoying myself fully, and manifesting the most amazing life that I can imagine. I choose this or something better to manifest into my future right now. And so it is, and so it shall be. There is a life-affirming spark within us all that constantly nudges us towards saying yes to life. Create a yes list today. This is a list of all the things you want to say yes to, and then be prepared to be amazed. Lynn McDowell. Believe it or not, yes is one of the most powerful words you can experience. The more often you say it, think it, and feel it, the more naturally you'll create a positive, inspirational, and fulfilling life. Here's a little experiment you can try. Repeat yes quietly in your head while you're at home, shopping, showering, drinking, driving, or walking around town, wherever you are. Practice building up this positive subconscious influence in your inner world. Repeating yes constantly in your mind will expand your energy field, give you more confidence, and the motivation to do the things you might feel are impossible. Yes to life is about opening yourself to the totality of existence, playing this game of life fully. The vibration and energy of saying yes will make you more receptive to all the greatest goodies that the loving universe is trying to gift you. Every time you say yes, you're opening your energy to the vibration of life. This yes frequency in your cells creates a powerful resonance in your auric field, sending out a highly magnetic manifestation frequency into your world. People love to say yes to those vibrating at the yes frequency. It's that simple. Now, when your body and mind are a full yes to everyone and everything in your world, finding the positive aspect within everyone and every crazy thing happening in the world right now, your heart instantly relaxes, your mind opens, your inner peace expands, and your ability to manifest grows 10 times stronger. Most of us resist. A lot of the times we don't even know why we're resisting. When you stop resisting what is, fighting others, and begin accepting what is, you have more energy and clarity to manifest your dreams and desire. Resisting, condemning, and judging are major energy drains. Resisting, condemning, and judging are major energy drains and will stop you from naturally attracting those higher, expansive experiences that make your dreams come true. This doesn't mean that you bow down in fear and say yes to being a slave to others' desires, rules, and regiments. You're a God being. Why would an all-powerful manifesting God being do that? You wouldn't. You're saying yes to the expansive feelings which allow for more joy and freedom in your being. Your yes is to a limitless joy, heart expansion, financial abundance for everyone, and personal freedom for every individual. Spill the oil in it. Set this dry, boring place on fire. If you've ever made a wanton love with God, then you have ignited that brilliant light inside that every person needs, happens. Our human life is like a small, fragile seed right now that needs the right nourishment, sun, air, and water to grow up and blossom into a beautiful, fragrant flower. Every time we say yes to this life, we are watering our fertile soil, our soul, providing nourishment for our roots to deepen into the healing earth below. Our yes is like sunshine, which feeds our new leaves so we may have the power to reach up even higher towards the light. The day when your first flowering bud opens itself up, you will naturally start giving back this life energy to this universe, deeply, eternally loving everyone in your path. Yet it all begins by saying yes to the unlimited bounty of warmth, love, and connection with creation. When you say a big yes to this life from your belly, heart, and sex center, you touch the innermost core of your power. You begin to stir your kundalini and awaken the spiritual path that may be buried in the dark inside of you. Sometimes we just need to practice for a few minutes a day with sincerity of desire before we see a shift in our energy field. You're invited right now to take this moment to explore what yes feels like in your body. When you feel into this thought right now, what happens? Say the word yes 3 times from your heart, then 3 times from your belly, then 3 times from your sex center. Let your yes get energetically louder and more passionate each time that you say it inside. Notice how each different chakra center changes your experience of yourself and makes you feel. Most people sense their energy is expanding the moment they authentically say the word yes. And they feel more joyful and open to life. Saying this magical word on your inner world is only a small portion of the power you can tap into. I recommend saying yes out loud to the universe if you want to energetically open up your being and manifest whatever desires are trying to come your way. Now, if and when you want a great secret to quickly manifest your dream life, always start with the end result first. If you want a great secret to quickly manifest your dream life, always start with the end result first. This means that after you receive the basket of golden goodies, which this universe is trying to gift you, what will your end response be? You will naturally say yes, or some form of thank you in response. So start with saying yes right now, as if you've already received your dream life. And you'll put the horse in front of the cart and get things moving. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Charles R. Swindoll. Everything in your ego mind will contest it all. That's what it does. Everything that we ever could imagine having, right, with ourselves is within us. Isn't it interesting? Isn't it ironic that the civilization is enticed and seduced to live out there? So we spend lifetimes living out there. And we've all done it, so it's not like any of us are exempt from it. But see, then there comes a point somewhere along the journey where you begin to realize that out there, yeah, I can jump in that swimming pool, I can swim in it, I can enjoy it, but I don't have to stay there. I don't live there. So, whenever I want it, I'll enjoy it, and then I'll leave it alone. There are those of us who will step out of that swimming pool, dry off, period. Majority of us stay in that swimming pool. Is it a bad thing? No. But doesn't it make sense, and you can feel this through your heart mind, that our time should be spent within. Our time should be spent meditating. Our time should be spent forgiving ourselves, embracing all of our fears, anxieties, stresses, and tensions, worries, and moving forward. Our time should be spent eliminating any worry, stress, or fear about what anyone outside of that body you're in thinks about you. Period. This is when there are certain signs that the God within that you are tells you, shares with you, through frequency, that you're on the right track. Because you'll feel it in your heart mind. Because when the day comes where you walk upon this earth in that body, and you aren't concerned what anybody thinks about you ever, then you are free. Then you will know. It's interesting that we ascend, we move into these bodies, okay, as the gods that we are. And all the things that we inherit with these bodies, but we enter them and we feel separate, right? When we don't know we're the God. We have no idea. And so we go through life experiencing the body, but not knowing we are the God within the body. So we're distracted. How are we distracted? Out there. We are distracted by out there. So that consumes our attention. Instead of having attention to oneself, we have attention to out there. It consumes our time, energy, effort, attention, everything. All throughout life. So again, it's a choice for any of us on this planet to determine or decide All right, you're at a fork in the road. You're standing there. There's no signs, right? And you say, I know that when I go to the left, I'm going to stay out there. When I go to the right, I'm going to stay within. Because there's a dead end, say. On the straight road, you reach a dead end. So you have a left or right turn to make. You see, unconsciously, many of us choose the left, where we stay out there. Reason is because it's a habit, and that the ego mind is really, really, really pushing you to stay out there. People get confused and say, well, if I don't stay out there, then I'll lose everything. Everything will be gone. And that's not the message. You can enjoy all the pleasures of this life by staying within, without the pain and suffering, without the self-doubt, guilt, fear, anxiety, stress, worry. Without any of that, then this life becomes a Shangri-la. We learn, we progress, we experience. That's not going to ever end. We'll be surprised at times with things. But remember, we create all those surprises too. We just don't know it. You imagine when you master the mind, you can direct it through the heart mind. See, when you master the ego and mind, ego mind, you can direct them. Right? They don't direct you. You master them. When you master the ego mind, when you actually have mastered the ego mind, they will no longer exist. I have communicated or talked with souls, gods, who have left the body through the years. And when it's kind of like when they haven't been out of the body long, usually a few years, and then they say, the biggest, I guess you could call it a complaint that they have is that they're totally blown away that they spent that whole life, for a lot of the whole life, worrying, stressing, and fearing, being distracted from who and what they are. That's usually the biggest complaint that they throw up to themselves. I can't believe I did that for 80, 90 years, or 20 or 25 years. Because we never know when we're going to leave these bodies. Not right now, we don't. Can you imagine what will happen when the majority of beings on this planet go within and stay within? Of Shangri-La. God, planet, paradise. People will shy away from that because they believe that it is inconceivable, that it's some fairy tale. But that's not possible. Can't live that way. That's just a whim or a wish. It's not practical. It's irresponsible. Never going to happen. Not on this planet. But the God within these bodies is Shangri-La. Again, it's a choice. Eliminate pain, suffering, worrying, stressing, fear, and anxiety by going within and discovering the God that you are, or stay out there and continually experience pain, suffering, anxiety, worry, stress, fear. Do you know how you would feel in the material physical world if you had nothing? You just had clothes on your back. You had nothing else. You didn't have a job. There was no place to live. You had nowhere to go. How would you feel? A lot of people are fearful of that thought. Oh, I don't care to go there. That's all negative. In reality, it isn't. People who have experienced that, sometimes once or more than once, know what it means. They know what it means. When everything is removed, okay, when the universe when the universe answers your frequency, and everything's removed, how would you feel? Now, if you embrace the external world, right, you would be most people would be basket cases. But if you embrace the world within you, the God within you, you'll be in joy. Because you know that in that very instant, when you send out a clean, precise, detailed want or desire to the universe, it will happen. It may not happen in 2 seconds, but it begins to manifest. Energy, moving energy into form, bring it into reality and experience it. Because we believe that we own, right? We believe that we own. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. I have this, I have this, I have this, I have that. It's temporary. Everything is temporary. When we come into these bodies, it's temporary. No matter what we amass as far as wealth or don't amass, no matter what we collect, what we wear, what we drive, what we live in, how much money we have or don't have, it's all temporary. But see, isn't it kind of it's ironic that the beings on this planet are always worrying, stressing, and fearing of not having, right? And they don't know that all of it is temporary. So they would enjoy it while they had it, and that's it. Knowing that one day, none of it would be there. We leave everything, material-wise, when we leave these bodies. So you can see everything is temporary. Everything. When you understand that, you know that everything's temporary, you're going to say, I really deeply, gratefully appreciate this pen, this coat, these shoes, this food, because it's all temporary. And look at how many of us fear losing things, fear not having things. All along, many not knowing that we're the God in the body, we have everything. There's nothing that we need. With a clear path to the universe and a high frequency maintained, any of us can have anything we want temporarily. It's like we come down here, we get in these bodies, we're embraced by the ego mind and the material physical world, right? But we don't, when we're children, that's not even a subject, really, because it's like, wow, where do I go first? This is phenomenal. We have full imaginations. We haven't been molded and formed, and we're footloose, fancy-free. It's only when we are programmed by whoever, parents, friends, outside, but when we are programmed, all of that goes away. Footloose, fancy-free. Because everything that you're programmed with aren't your thoughts, isn't your life. None of it is you. None of it. Isn't that something? So when you go into a baby body, the God that you are enters that baby body, and you haven't been molded, say, you haven't been formed. But as you go through this life, walking this earth in that body, you are molded and formed, and none of it is you. It's zero. None of it is you. And many of us on this planet are totally oblivious to that. And we embrace what we're told. And we're molded and formed by others, not by ourselves. So we're existing in these bodies, right? And these bodies are not us. They're somebody else. Somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's opinions, somebody else's experiences. Do you know what I mean? You heard the term, right? Some people say, I am not my parents. Right? That's a true statement. I am not my mother's child, nor my father's child. I am me. That's why so many of us, right, begin, all of this programming comes in, year after year after year after year after year. All this programming, and we repeat it in our lives. We live it. And it isn't us. It's somebody else. It's other people. Other people's experiences, other people's thoughts, ideas, recommendations. This is why a lot of the times we end up fighting ourselves. We end up coming down on ourselves heavily. We end up ridiculing ourselves. This is why, because what we're living, you're in that body. That body is existing, right? But it's been programmed, and those programs are not yours. This is why so many of us on this planet are so frustrated and flustered. Some angry, right? some confused. And sometimes we will say to ourselves, this is not me. I know that. Why am I acting this way? Because you've been programmed by others, comments, advice, recommendations, teachings. See? There are so many things on this planet alone that have existed or are existing that we have, and we've only discovered a quark of it all, a quantum quark of all of it. And we begin to realize that we can reprogram ourselves by the God within us of who we truly are. I'll join in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out of the mouth. Stay still. Stop fighting with everyone and everything in your life today. Be totally relaxed and completely aware that there is a current of energy taking you down the river of this great existence. The body naturally knows how to find inner peace when you surrender and stop fighting this moment of your existence. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, following morning. We will return here Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation called